Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Dielectric Media Podcast. I'm Doug Schlabotnik.
And I'm Baldwin.
And
this is a review!
Yeah, it's a review, and it's our first video review.
Hi, folks.
Hello.
You may not recognize us because we've been in such classic films as nothing.
And you'll continue to not recognize us because we don't want you to recognize us.
Because I want to have a career in the future that doesn't involve me going to jail. I mean, not to say we're doing anything illegal. We're just,
this time.
Bandit, so.
So Jurassic World.
Jurassic World.
It was a movie
It was
about dinosaurs, kind of.
about genetically hybrid dinosaurs.
Absolutely.
Dun, 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 dun.
So, all right, we'll just start off with the top three least favorite things about the movie.
You go ahead.
Me first?
Yep.
Okay, so number 3 is it kind of jerked itself off a little bit. There was a whole lot of the reproduction of old scenes, which is nice, but I think it kind of overdid it a little bit.
Yeah, for sure.
At
times, anyways, at times.
Yeah, but what can you do? It didn't really make that big of a difference.
No.
But it was still a little irksome. Number 2 would be that nobody at any point said, "Hold on to your butts," which was probably the best line out of Jurassic Park ever.
The first one.
Yeah. And I just didn't give a shit about a couple of the characters. Is my biggest.
Would that be number one then?
Yeah, my number one is that I didn't care at all about the two kids, and the story really didn't need to have them there. Like, I would have been just great with the dynamic between the rigid fucking bitch park running person and the
Chris Pratt.
Yeah.
Which actually a lot of people don't really recognize her from a certain film, Lady in the Water, and Night Shyamalan. I love that
and she should count her lucky stars that people don't recognize her for that.
Well, I like that movie. So, I mean, that's why I was glad to see her kind of.
Okay, so what's your
forward.
first least favorite?
My third least favorite thing about this movie was that it had too many plot points.
Yeah, too many things going on at once.
It was
distracting.
It was like you could feel the age on it. Because there was a certain point where I was like, all right, I know this movie's been in development for 10 years, but let's not try and act like it's been in development for 10 years. So,
all right, number 2?
I'm going to try and prevent
Whoa!
All right,
shit.
so that happened.
At least it didn't go anywhere.
Nope, just right back into
a containment system.
Number 2 for me, it would definitely have to be that the action sequences felt a little bit clammy. It felt that the overuse of the CGI and trying to make it its own product wasn't as successful in certain scenes.
Yeah, one of the best parts about the original Jurassic Park is the amazing animatronics.
Oh, yeah. But the guy who did that, he's dead. He died in 2005. I don't remember the specialist's name.
What can you do?
But it is what it is. But I felt at times that it was tacked on. Like, 2 scenes just didn't really belong, so they just meshed it as well as they could.
All right, and your biggest least favorite?
My biggest problem was they tried to make the twist, and spoiler alert here, folks, they tried to make the twist of the creature they created like this huge, big, surprising thing. Like, oh my god, it's actually part raptor.
Oh yeah, like who didn't fucking really? They're gonna put T-Rex in there, and they've got the ability to put all this crap, and they're not gonna put raptor in it. Come on.
Well, and they made it a huge thing when it was like, oh, they have a new alpha. It's like, yeah, but there's gonna be a turnaround point. I know there's gonna be a turnaround point because there's always that little bit when the climax happens and everything's going down. I knew that there was going to be a point eventually to come where it's like, oh, the raptors will turn on him, but then he'll have this moment with the raptor and be like, oh, we're buddies again. I knew that was going to happen because it's PG-13.
Oh, absolutely.
And it's not a horror movie. It's not the original novel.
Top 3 favorite things. Number 3 for me is the moment where that nanny bitch got eaten alive like twice. She,
Yeah, she got fucked hard.
that was awesome. Number 2 was the when they first went into the museum-y thing, and they kind of had some of the old stuff from the first park there.
Yeah.
Like you could see the DNA guy at one point.
John Hammond's character, yep.
Yeah, that was cool. And my absolute favorite thing would probably have to be watching. I really liked him training the Velociraptors.
Yeah.
I really thought that was fucking cool.
That was a pinnacle scene, I think.
Yeah, absolutely.
And obviously it was important.
Yeah.
But for my
I mean,
top
it had plotness to it and whatever, but it was just cool to watch a guy be cool, like just cool with being, well, not cool with it, but being able to be in an arena with them and come out alive.
Well, alive is a relative term, like not immediately
more alive than some of the people who got dead.
And I think that was a step forward for the PG-13, that they were willing to kill off a few people.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay.
So my top 3 are for sure. Number 3 would have to be the use of the dramatic moments in certain parts of the film. Like when she's waiting outside of the cage. Like you kind of had that sense that she was going for a T-Rex. But at the same time, it was that whole build-up with the gate slowly opening, her standing there. Just with, I mean,
you knew it was going to be a T-Rex, but they did it right.
And it was just that dramatic build. And they had it a few other times, and it worked perfectly. Number 2 is kind of a combination, half and half. Half how they wrapped up all the plot points, except for the military plot point, which will push for a sequel, I imagine.
The military plot point just kind of was like, they evac'd.
Yeah. But then...
But he did say to keep this company running or going or whatever.
Yeah.
So it was just like a hook and sinker for sequel time.
It's something to bring people the idea that, hey, this isn't necessarily rehashing old ideas. At the same time, we want to bring this into a new generation because it's such an iconic film.
Absolutely.
But for the other part of 2, for my number 2 favorite, is that last fight scene. In my head, I fucking saw Godzilla.
Oh, I'm glad I wasn't the only one.
Yeah.
I was just like, fuck yes. I was waiting for him to open his mouth and just... that
I wanted
blue
like
radiation.
Ken Watanabe to walk out and go, let them fight. Yeah. Like, oh, yeah.
Number 1.
For sure, number 1, soundtrack.
Oh, well,
the soundtrack.
Jeez, yeah.
Everything behind it. It wasn't just reusing da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And that's not how they even ended it. It was just... It was a theme and variations of Jurassic Park. Where it's like, here's that main da-da-da, and then they just tore it apart and added in their own beautiful musicalness.
All right, so what's your rating on this one?
I'm going to give it 2 types of ratings. One numbered and one go out and see it, or wait until it's in the red box. For my number, I'd have to give it a solid 7.5 out of 10.
Okay.
And for this... Just because if you've never been a fan of Jurassic Park, or you've never really wanted to see a sequel, for those people, wait until it's in Redbox. But for everybody who's always been a fan of Jurassic Park and has kind of waited to see this movie, if you're on the edge about it, go see it. It's absolutely worth it.
Sounds good to me. Well, this has been a Dielectric Media review
of Jurassic
World. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. Good night.
Subscribe and like.
I don't wanna see